And it's a mixture, I guess, at the moment of nerves or nervous anticipation of just how good this will get. And we've really got that beautiful colour around the lighthouse, wrapping around it now. Good morning everyone, welcome to this week's video. This morning I'm back at Norah Head Lighthouse, and I've taken plenty of images here over the years, but this morning I've come back and I'm really chasing something different with the lighthouse. You see, about 18 months ago I took a panorama here at the lighthouse, and it was a shot I was really happy with, a shot that I really liked, and at the time I was thinking of getting it printed and putting on the wall, but I was really concerned about the size of the file and whether it would actually print okay, so I never ever went ahead with it. But now I've purchased the Sony AR4, and with a 61 megapixel sensor, I've got a spot on my wall at home that I want to put that panorama on. I've been watching the weather apps for the last month or so, just waiting for the right conditions to come back and replicate that shot. And this morning I checked the weather app last night, and we've got some really good high cloud cover. So I've come back here this morning in the same location. I'm going to get set up and do a panorama here this morning. So far on the horizon we've got a really nice sky developing, so hopefully we'll get this shot in the bag. Well, what a lovely morning we've got coming up here now. I've got the 100 to 400 G Master lens on, and I'm shooting straight at the lighthouse. And as with all panoramas, it starts from the ground up. So I've got my tripod down. I've leveled my tripod up this morning using the bubble level, making sure it's perfectly level. Then I've mounted up my camera in the 100 to 400, and I've just made sure the level on my camera, the little spirit level inside that, is dead level. I've done a couple of test pans right across the horizon to make sure that my camera is staying dead level, so it'll make it much easier to stitch the image together in Lightroom later on. I'm actually going to overshoot the scene as I do with all my panoramas. I'm going to go right off to the left and right off to the right, further than I need to go, and that gives me some room to crop when I get it back in Lightroom. I'm shooting vertically, so that gives me the maximum amount of height and the maximum amount of pixels if I do want to print this image up. But so far, a beautiful sky developing, some really nice high cloud on the horizon, a little bit of pink light starting to appear, so fingers crossed this should be a really nice morning. I've just manually focused, and currently I've just zoomed right in onto the lighthouse, and the beauty of the AR4 is it has focus peaking and focus magnification, so I'm able to zoom in on the lighthouse, turn my focus ring, and when the focus is perfect on the lighthouse, it'll actually light up bright red, and it just ensures that you get the image nice and tack sharp. So it's one of the features I really love about this new camera. That and the 61 megapixel sensor just gives phenomenal detail, and that's what I'm really hoping for this morning. I've been planning this image for a couple of months now, so to get here this morning and get some really nice light, I've got my fingers crossed it'll all work out. The only annoying thing at the moment is it's a small piece of shrub that's just in front of the lighthouse here, but I think I'll be able to clone that out in Photoshop. I was originally thinking of going up higher on the seat behind me, but I'm not too keen about having my camera and my tripod perched up too high in case it happened to fall off, especially while I'm doing some vlogging. I'm doing a series of shots across the whole horizon here at the moment, and I'm actually just overlapping my shots by about 1/3, just to make sure that when I get them back together in Lightroom I'll be able to stitch them without any issues. Got a beautiful colour coming onto the horizon there now. Just using a 2-second timer, get my hand away from the camera so there's no camera shake, trying to stand as still as I possibly can here on this platform, this timber platform. Wow, we've got colour right down towards the south. And once again, the weather app I use has just accurately predicted this high cloud again and again and again. If you haven't got a weather app and you want to use a weather app for predicting high cloud, I can certainly recommend. The one I use is Windy. It's a free app, and it's incredibly accurate for predicting high cloud and really nice light conditions. I could literally shoot right down to the south at the moment. There's that much colour out there, so spectacular. Well, this is the moment we've waited for. We've finally got all that higher cloud starting to illuminate. It's just the entire sky right across the top here is just looks fantastic. Or nervous anticipation of just how good this will get. Currently I'm sitting on F10 and I'm at half a second, and we've really got that beautiful colour around the lighthouse, wrapping around it now. Wow, what a sky. Certainly is moments like these as a landscape photographer that makes you want to get up and capture images, and all those mornings when it's hard to get out of bed and come out and do some landscape photography, these sort of mornings certainly make up for it. As with a lot of the sunrises at this time of year, we get a lot of the best light just prior to sunrise, and then it dies off as we move closer to the sunrise. So we had some really deep colour in there this morning just prior to sunrise. It's backed off just a little bit now, a little bit lighter, but there is some heavy cloud on the horizon, so I'm just hoping we might even get a starburst through that as the sun comes through the horizon. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer now and just see what sort of light we get as it comes towards the horizon, but I'm already happy with what I'm seeing in the back of the viewfinder. Just a fantastic morning. Norah Head Lighthouse. I've done a lot of shots from here before. As a matter of fact, I've done a couple of videos. I'll leave a link to those above. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's subscribed since the last video. I really appreciate your support, and yeah, great to see some new subscribers coming on board, so thank you. Just out on the horizon here now, we've got the sun just starting to rise, and I can already see 3 or 4 rays across to the left hand side, so my hope is that we might get a bit of a sunburst through there and light up this sky, and that would just really make the morning. I'm already happy with the shots, but that would be something else. Sun really coming through, these huge rays of light. Absolutely beautiful. This week's been a really busy week for me. I actually got a flying trip to the Blue Mountains this week, and I shot a really nice panorama up there. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of chance to do a lot of vlogging, but I did capture a little bit of footage. So I'll show you some of that footage from the quick trip to the Blue Mountains where I shot a panorama, and then we'll come back and wrap up here. I was able to come up here this week as the Blue Mountains is in my local government area, and I came up here to Echo Point this morning to shoot a sunrise. And we had a really nice sunrise here earlier this morning. Unfortunately, I didn't do a lot of vlogging while I was shooting. This was a vlog that I didn't really plan in the first place. I came up here with some friends and bought my camera just on the off chance that I might be able to get out for the morning. And we were able to capture a really nice sunrise here this morning at Echo Point. This area is a World Heritage listed area in the Blue Mountains National Park, and I was down at Queen Elizabeth Lookout this morning and shot the Three Sisters and the Megalong Valley. It was just a stunning little sunrise, a bit of cloud on the horizon. In the end, we had so much beautiful light on the horizon, I decided to set up my camera and shoot a panorama, and like all panoramas, I made sure my tripod was nice and level. Then I leveled up my camera and shot a series of shots right across the scene here from right to left, capturing the Three Sisters with the sun rising behind it, and then the rest of this beautiful vista that we see in front of us. This really is a stunning area, and an area I've got to come back to and shoot again sometime. If you've never had a chance to get out to the Blue Mountains before, there's never been a better time to come here. This area has been hit really hard with the global pandemic, so if you get a chance to do so, please come up here and support these local businesses. They really need your help, and what better place to come and do some landscape photography in this beautiful area. Well everyone, that's it for this week's video here from Norah Head Lighthouse, and Hope you really enjoyed those panoramas, the one from the lighthouse here this morning and the one from the Blue Mountains earlier in the week. And that concludes this week's video. You know what to do. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, go down below, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe, tap that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. If you have a comment or a question, leave them below. I'll always try and respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscapes soon. I'll see you then.